So today I'm going to be talking about my Electro Giant deck and some of the hardest cards that I have come across while playing with this deck. So this first deck here, I actually can't remember what this one is, but it looks like he's got the Royal Giant. Okay, so he has the Fisherman. So Fisherman is the card that's difficult to play against just because of his ability to draw your Electro Giant to the King Tower. There's not a great way to counter him. I would say if you're in double elixir, I would say to just bite the bullet and play the lightning on it and just get rid of it. I've experimented a couple of times using the tornado to pull him closer to the giant, and that's worked a good couple of times, but it's also not worked some of the time. So I think that if you can get it out early enough is when it will work. So at this point in the game, though, I don't even know he has the Fisherman, so you are going to get a good look at how to handle this. So I had to counter his Royal Giant, and then honestly, I think I was thinking he had a tower card, like an Inferno Tower or the Electric Tower, but so I had my lightning all ready to go. So I just decided, I'm going to hit it, knowing he didn't have very much elixir left. So my Giant's easily going to take out that tower. And he's able to make it onto the King Tower as well. And then I believe he pushes with his Royal Giant. I did not do a great job defending here. Oh. Nope, I did do a good job defending there. So, yeah, with half of this King Tower out, the game is pretty much over. I could honestly just use my Goblin cage and just play defense from here on out. But, I want to get that 3 crown. So let's see what happens next. When I'm up in elixir, and I'm playing safe, I'm going to play my Electro Giant in the back every time. Oh, here's where I played bad defense. So for some reason I put out my Night Witch. I guess I was thinking I could turn a couple of those bats into hogs. So basically I had to waste a ton of elixir just trying to play defense, and I still wasn't even able to keep him from taking the tower. So yeah, well played, bud. I don't know why he put his musket there. Super easy to lightning those out. He had to have seen that coming. And then I see him throwing down cards, and so I can tell he's just trying to cycle back to his Fisherman, so I decided to throw out another Electro Giant. And after that, it was a good game. Alright. 1 down, 3 more to go. Let's see what the next deck is. Okay, so this is Sparky. Sparky's a card I've been having some trouble with because of the fact that Electro Giant's Zap does not reset Sparky's charge. When I first started playing this deck, I assumed that it would, and suffered a pretty brutal defeat. Playing my Mother Witch at the line like that is something I do every once in a while if they play their skeleton graveyard deal at the front, just because I can get a couple of cheap hogs and cause them some confusion. Just got a huge elixir advantage out of that. Knowing that I have that elixir advantage, I'm going to be playing my Electro Giant. This is when I find out he has Sparky. And so, honestly, when I go up against Sparky decks, my general rule of thumb, unless they've already played it and I know they don't have it and I can play it on the other side, my Electro Giant on the other side, I just lightning it. I just go for tower damage and elixir benefit, because there's just not a great way to take out that Sparky, because he will just munch up my Electro Giant. My Electro Giant won't reset him ever. Still pretty easy to play defense against Sparky. Actually, really, it's pretty easy to play defense against any deck with this deck. Main goal is always just to get that Electro Giant to the to Princess Tower and then the King Tower. He just throws down damage. So even here, got a pretty decent little push going, and still even single elixir. Double elixir, triple elixir, if you make it there to overtime. You shouldn't lose battles with this deck. When you have an excess amount of elixir, ability to play defense every single time. You can lightning your way to a victory if you have to, which is kind of, here I was able to actually get all 3 with that lightning, so that was great. Gonna get huge value out of this. He overcommits. I'm gonna play my Goblin Cage. I'm gonna throw down my Inferno Dragon. He zaps. We're just gonna be able to munch this up on defense. We're gonna play Mother Witch, just to create more of a push. And this is even our Electro Giant push. I decided to lightning that just because I knew I could get some good damage with the Dark Knight. Usually I want to save my lightning to ensure that my Electro Giant gets some good damage. But again, super easy to lock this up. Use his minions to get another push going with the Royal Hogs. Get my Electro Giant out in front. Get my lightning ready to go. At this point, I think... Oh no, I was able... I think sometimes I'll just go for the tower, just to get... Or not the tower, like whatever building card he has in the way, because I just want to make sure Electro Giant gets to his tower. But at that time it looks like I went for the Sparky. Again, same thing, using his minions to get another push going against him. He's got to defend it. Now he throws his Sparky down on the opposite side. I have no idea why he did that. I guess he was just kind of getting desperate. So at this point, he just doesn't have a chance. I reset that just to get the building. I was going to get the building out of the way anyway. And then just decided to also reset the Sparky. Easy, good game. Alright, let's see what the next deck is. Pekka. Oh, man. Pekka is probably the worst. Pekka is the most difficult card because he can kill your Electro Giant usually before he makes it even to the tower. And then you're stuck having to play defense against a Pekka. But this time he threw it down early, which is always nice. A lot of the times that I struggle is when I get surprised by a Pekka. If I already know he has it, I can kind of plan how I want to make my push. Once you get him to hit your side of the field, oh, that was a bad Mother Witch play. But hey, got a hog out of it, I guess. I really like playing the Dark Knight as defense against the Royal Ghost, because even if he's a full charge and he gets surprised because the Royal Ghost just appears, he'll still get his charge up damage. So mostly defensive battle right now. Everything is locked. Stalemate. Easy defense there. I think I still keep waiting. And I don't play my Electro Giant for a while here. It's always good to be patient with this deck, because you don't want to... He's a great card because he can do so much damage, but he's an 8 elixir card. You don't want to waste that elixir. You want to ensure that you get some good value out of him. It looks like I'm going to let this Pekka get a hit. Yeah, right. I must have just known that he couldn't get back to his Pekka in time. So that's if you can pay attention, that's what you want to do. You want to, if he can't get back to his Pekka in time, that's when you want to play him. Or if you just know he has no elixir left. That's a little bit harder to do in double elixir, obviously, since you charge up elixir so quickly. But at this point, I feel great because I don't need to make any more pushes. I just have to wait until the end, essentially, and lightning him out. He still has a ton of damage to catch up on. So yeah, we'll just play defense for a little while here. That's not going to go anywhere. Now that we're in double elixir too, I can just keep spamming little defensive cards. I think I lightning this for game. Yep. And so, as you can see, that was pretty easy to handle, but in general, Pekka decks are very difficult for this Electro Giant deck. Alright, so for this deck, for this battle I had to get my buddy from my clan to battle me with his deck, because I just kept not coming across Inferno Tower decks. But he's got an Inferno Tower deck, which is another card that's difficult, because if he plays his Inferno Tower correctly, your Electro Giant will not be able to get to the tower in time to reset it. And if he can't do that, then he will just get absolutely munched by that Inferno Tower. Obviously, it's a huge advantage with the same thing with Pekka, like knowing that he has it. But he's pretty good with this deck, so I think you're still able to get a good idea of what someone would do in a typical game. This is early for an Electro Giant. I just kind of thought I was a good couple of elixir up on him, so I decided to make the push. I was feeling even better about it when he pushed so hard on the opposite side. I knew I was going to take some tower damage, but I thought I could. It wasn't very great defense, but I got my lightning all ready to go. Sometimes you got to use the lightning on the opposite tower. You can't always go for the tower that you're on the side that you're pushing towards. His princess is in a great spot because she can just continue to do damage back there. So I got some good damage on both towers, but he obviously is a lot closer to taking my left side tower than I am to taking any of his towers. Once you have the king tower activated, it's much more reasonable to use your Mother Witch as defense on anything like a goblin barrel. I noticed that he played his Inferno Tower early, but I just wasn't in a great... See, like he's pushing now, so I knew I wasn't going to be in a great position to throw him down, but we were still able to get him out. This is exactly the position I want to be in. See, now he has to play his tower, and my Electro Giant is close enough to it to reset it. So now I'm just going to start spamming troops at the bridge, because he's in a lot of trouble. 30 seconds left, he says good game. Still throwing out some defense. But yeah, now you know what I'm doing is I'm throwing down my goblin barrel. Just eliminating any kind of these threats. Just shoring up the game. And that's how you handle that. Alright guys, well I hope you liked the video. Please feel free to comment if there's other cards that you have been struggling with against this deck, and maybe I'll make a video about it. Alright guys, have a great weekend.